Hey, how you doing? Good, that's good. Hey, how you doing? Hopefully we get some more people in here. Not expecting like thousands of people to pop up, but you know, some people will pop up. Whatever. Hey, how you doing? Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. So, I'm back. Let's just say I had a lot going on this month. So, well, actually, not this month. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, let me tell y'all, March was not the lucky month for me. It's not the month. Tell y'all about March for me. March. Where do I start? Where do I start? So, in March, so the first day of March, I took my phlebotomy. I'm getting into the medical field, so I took a phlebotomy exam and I studied. I passed it. Hopefully, April will be. Yes, I am praying on it. I'm just pray on it, cause whew, let April be good to me. Oh, it's okay. It's not your fault. It's just, you know, it's life. Things happen. You know, you gotta roll with it. You know, things happen unexpectedly. You don't expect. You know. So the first week, so I passed my phlebotomy exam, and then the first week, my now my it was my cousin's birthday, but before this happened, before it was my cousin's birthday, I got a call. Something was wrong with one of my uncles. I go down to see what's going on. Me and my mother, and unfortunately, it was not what I expected. And my my uncle had passed. I just had an uncle that passed. Very unexpectedly. None of us expected to happen. It was just so sudden. And then the second week, my grandma sent my grandma to the doctor, and then she ended up having to stay in the hospital. So then the third week, so I'm gonna get back to my grandmother, but I'm gonna go back to my uncle. So the crazy thing about it is that the day that I passed my phlebotomy test was the last day that I saw him. That was the last day that I saw him. Like, I didn't expect it. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen people who I've seen one day, and then I end up hearing they end up dead the next. And it's just like, what in the world? But, yeah, it's still kind of, it's still fresh though. It's still kind of fresh. So, my confidence. Wow. 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 Pray, definitely prayers for you. I'm praying for you, and hopefully, you get through, day by day. My condolences, to you and your family. Then the third week, we had my uncle's funeral, so that was gonna be like it's a happy, like it's happy because they're not in pain and not suffering, but then it hurts because they're not here anymore physically, so that's another thing. So that was rough. Then the last week of March. I was in my room, which we in now, and I was on my phone. I was just like watching regular videos and stuff like that. And the next thing I know, I hear this loud boom sound, right? So it sounded like two cars went into each other and one might have flipped over, but no, that wasn't the case. So the car went over a cul-de-sac, then went on the tracks. Then I guess people got out of the car. And I'm gonna tell you what happened next. This gonna blow your mind. Hold on. My thing ain't charging. It's acting weird. Okay, yeah. So I gotta charge my bad. Okay, so this is where it get crazy. This is where it really get crazy. So I guess from this end to this end, they start. Okay, I can't. Let me see. How am I gonna say this? Because I don't want to get demonetized or anything like that. But it was a shootout. That's what happened. They start going back and forth with it, and it was just rounds just keep going and going and going and going and going, and it sounded like you would think, the way that it sounded, you would think that you somewhere where there's a war going on. That's exactly what it sounded like the entire time. And let me see what else. Then right after I was on the floor, and then the next thing after the shootout, you know, after they was done doing rounds with each other, I kind of eased my way to the porch. Because, you know, bullets don't have a name or a face. They can pop through anybody's window, pop through anybody's house, through the wall and stuff like that. I done heard so many stories of stray bullets hitting people and killing them and everything like that. It's just crazy. It's just craziness. You know what I'm saying? So, luckily, that did not happen. Praise God for that. Nobody didn't, well, I wouldn't say nobody didn't get hurt. But where I'm at, nobody didn't get hurt. But then I go on the porch. Somebody's lying on the ground. And they got shot. And apparently said that his eyes was rolling in the back of his head, so I already knew he was already DOA. But, you know, the doctor gotta, you know, call all that type stuff, you know, but they said he died in the hospital, but he looked at DOA when the police arrived and stuff like that. But yeah, he got shot in the head. Yeah, shot to the head. So yeah, that was insane. That was insane. It's just a whole lot. Say it's okay. Say it's okay if you cry, just let it out. My son, 30 and 31st. So that whole last entire week, that wasn't your week. What happened, Ariana? Nah, I don't need to cry. I mean, I've already, you know, I shed tears when we was at the service, and well, when we got to the burial, I shed some tears because I'm like, you know that's family, so you already know how that goes. Be having barbecues and stuff like that to come through and everything, and you know he used to like get these bear hugs and stuff like that, you know. Just not seeing that person again, it's crazy. But yeah, that's basically how my March went. My entire month of March went. Insanity. Whew. I was like, do I need to be admitted? Do I need to be put in a mental institution? Cause this was just like back and forth, a whole bunch of just craziness. It was like week after week after week after week. It just kept going and going and going and going. No, I know people that go through this, like that go through stuff like that. But I ain't never been through it, so this is my first time ever going through something like that a whole bunch of times. So in a whole month, entire month, it's crazy though. Wow. Whoa. That's real heavy. That's some real heavy stuff. I'm sorry that you have to go through that type of situation. Nobody should ever have to go through something like that, experience anything like that. That's that's very traumatic. I hope that you getting through it, and I hope that you getting the support that you need through it. cause that's heavy. So it was very traumatizing, man. I know that's very traumatizing. I know that is. That's it's nobody should never experience that ever, ever. And it is it things like that. It changes your whole perspective, not just on a man, but also on the person and who you can trust, who you can't trust. It changes a lot, um, psychologically and emotionally. So, um, like I said, I hope that you're getting support and everything that you need, and hopefully, um, justice will be brought into that situation and something will be done about it. You're welcome, no problem. Cause that's very traumatic, especially it's your own when it's your own people, and even if it's somebody that's close to you and that's your blood too, that's foul. Cause I'm gonna tell you they not only hurting you, but they hurting themselves by them doing it. They don't realize that now, but at some point before it's too late, they gonna realize that, and they gonna realize what they done, and they gonna regret it. They gonna regret it for the rest of their life. Rather they behind in a cell, or rather they just facing life right now. But it's okay. I'ma pray for you through that and everything. And you know what? They gonna get their karma for what they did to you. They gonna get their karma for what they did to you. You're welcome. So, okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know this month. I didn't know this month was poetry month till I found out. Heard it on the news today. I found it out today. And today, this month is poetry month. So y'all know me. I'm a poet. I'm an author. I'm a writer. I'm a lot of things into one. You never know what you're gonna get from me. I'm a mystery, dipped in secret sauce. But I got a poem that I could read to you guys. I'm still working on a couple of poems, putting it together. Okay, so um this poem, let me see. I just gotta find one, y'all. Whew, that's me. Okay, so this poem that I wrote, I don't know if I did it fully or anything like that, but it's called Pain. So I said, okay, so here goes. Pain. Is it a punch to the face? Is it a kick to your back? Is it a stab to the gut? Is it a shot to the chest? Is it a slit to the throat? Hey, how you doing? Is it like when a bow and arrow of lies strike the glass of the human beating heart? It comes in so many different forms. Me losing the ones I love makes me afraid to go home to what I might not see. I guess you have to go through pain to gain what it's supposed to be. Pain doesn't even faze me because I go through it every day eternally. Then it turns into a stressful headache from hell to blow my mind mentally. Only the pills of healing relief takes it away to only wake up to the same situation to hit me harder than the very first time. Pain. How you have an ending with ink, but have a tendency to have a perfect aim. You are in my past and my present through. I feel you will come in my future, but I'm not letting slide past. You are this weakness I can't get away from no matter how much I pull, cut, untie. You are this sickness. We are not hand in hand. Together we are face to face. Except I'm a human person. You are a black and bloody striking shadow no one sees coming. You are my true enemy, and I am yours. So that's my poem called Pain. I think it is fully finished. I gotta check it. Have to run it back or something. Go through my stuff. Go through my stuff. But anyways, I so okay, so people been asking me from TikTok, cause I got a lot of followers on TikTok, and I know it's people that came from my TikTok that came to my YouTube channel. A lot of people been asking me why I haven't been on TikTok. Now the thing is, I've been on TikTok, but I haven't posted, and because I tried to post this one biblical quote, and I don't know if I have maybe too many hashtags. I don't know what's going on. I tried to post it. It won't let me post. I don't know. So what I'm doing is, and since TikTok is about to go blackout all over again, I'm going to be putting them on here. I'm going to be making them on here, putting them on here like I normally do. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. So you know. So y'all won't miss my biblical quotes. Y'all won't miss when I post quotes. I might end up posting my own quotes on here too. I got my own page for that on IG. It's called Quotes by Nite. So y'all can also follow that page. That is also my page, so y'all can follow that. Where I post quotes. I'm also have been roller skating. So Now I asked about, if I should put some skating content on here, me skating and stuff like that. But I barely got any responses. But just because I didn't barely get any responses doesn't mean that I might not post it on here. I might post it on here. So, you never know. Like I said, I'm a mystery. You never know what I'm throwing in the pots. You never know. Like a witch, how she has the pot of the potion. You never know what I'm going to throw in there. So, you never know. No. And I also do stuff with fashion, so I'm gonna get back on that. So I'm just trying to get stuff organized. Like I said, March was not the month for me, so I'm trying to get back into resetting. So I'm trying to reset myself and reset some things around, make some time for things, and I get ready for work and stuff. So that's another thing. But more content is going to be on the way, so don't worry your pretty heads about that, because it is coming. I have it coming. Also, I am going to be dropping, soon, but I'm going to be putting out 2 books that I have worked on for about for a few months. So I'm just doing the last pages of it, so I'm gonna be dropping them. The very book that I do have, that I've already had published, is on Amazon. So all you gotta do is just put the words that surround around my mind. So when you put that in, you gonna see it's me. That's me on there. That's my book. So yeah. That's the very first book I ever published. I got that published when I was in high school. So that was my very first book that I put out there, I know it might be kids that still, I know it might be kids, adults that still read books, but a lot of them, we be in our phones, we be watching videos or whatnot, making videos, doing stuff like that. So maybe I might try to work on doing something a little different with the poetry for my books and stuff like that. I might try to do something a little different. Who knows? I gotta put that in the works. So yeah, that's gonna take some time. So, but yeah, if so hopefully everybody buys the book. And I gotta work on a website so that I could put all my books, all my books there. So that's another thing that soon to be coming soon. And I'm not gonna take all months all the way up to a year to get it done. I'm gonna get some stuff done. I done made some goals, not just for this month, not actually just for this month. I made some goals actually for this year, cause I know how it is. Sometimes we make goals in a month and it don't go as planned. Things, ball, throw in a curve and all that type of stuff. So things change around. So yeah, I'm just gonna set it for the entire year and just do it like that. So yeah, But like I said, y'all gonna see a lot from me, you know. And I don't just talk about it, you know, I'm about it. So y'all know what it is. Um, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Oh man, I wish. Okay, so my skate page. Let me get back to that. So me doing skating. So yeah, I post some skate videos, stuff like that. So just to let you know, I am a beginner. Okay, I am a beginner. So I ain't gotten to certain levels yet, you know. So I'm working on getting, you know, to that point to get to years, and you know, I got, you know, I wouldn't say got a down pack, but you know, I got like some moves, some, you know, that footwork type stuff, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I already got some videos on my skate page. It's called Wolf on 8. So WOLFON, the number 8, and the S behind it. So yeah, that's me on that. So let me see, it is 1:16. Okay, so I stay on here till 1:20, and I might come back a little later in the morning. You know, I just gotta make sure I don't sleep, but during that time. But yeah, I'll come back on here a little later. So yeah, that was my little tea time, you know, with y'all. But I'm definitely gonna come back. I probably try to come back a little later in the morning. So hopefully people be up. I know it's Friday. Yes, it is Friday. You know, it is the weekend, you know. I know people gotta work. But I'm gonna get up on here. And you know, y'all will see me when I come back. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of content, so I'm putting it together. I think I'm gonna work on it while I'm after I get off here. Also follow my main page if you haven't. ICY dot wolf WOLF underscore. That's my main page. Follow Post by Night. It's all together. So it's no spaces, it's no dots, it's no underscores, none of that. It's all together. Also follow my skate page so y'all can see the stuff that I have already that I kind of been working on just a little bit, but you know, still got a lot of work to do, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, follow my skate page, Wolf on 8, WOLFON, number 8, with an S, all together, no underscores, no dots in between, either those. So yeah, so make sure you follow me on those pages, and you subscribe to me on here so you can see more of my content as well. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I'm dropping a video. Also like, comment on my videos that I already have and then I already been dropped. So yeah, let's make them views go up. Let's get them views up. Let's get them likes up, you know. Speak on it, comment anything, you know, if you needed it. If it's a prayer that you haven't heard in a while, you know, You can shout praise in the comments. I'll reply back. Yeah. Um, Also share it as well, share it with people that just might need it, because you never know when somebody needs the word of God. You never know when somebody needs a yeah, like I said, you never know when somebody needs the word of God and they're going through something. So a lot of people, they go through different things, you just don't know. So share that. But on that note, I'll be back a little later on. But until then, I will see you all later. I am out. Bye bye. That night. Buenas noches. Buenos dias. Outside the countries. Hola. Let me see. I'm trying to think the French. Okay. Hawaii. Aloha. French. I'm trying to think. Can't think of French and hello. Lord, and I know it, but I just can't even think of it right now. My brain is fried. Au revoir. Bye bye.